me about you. Tell me about, well, first of all, tell me what you're on and how long and all the things, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I literally started. Wow. Let me think. Uh, Probably November last year. I had ba- a long story short, but yeah, my heart stopped beating. I had some terrible problems. I had a complete AV block, and I literally my heart stopped. I had to have a pacemaker fitted, and I was probably 130 kilos. And my doctor was just like, "Look, I've got this tool. I think you should use it." I was very, skeptical about using it, taking drugs for weight loss and things. But he kind of assured me and said that this is not necessary. This is a great weight loss tool, but it also has many, many other benefits that can contribute towards your health and having, a form of heart disease. He said this is going to help you massively. So yeah, I stuck to it.
Wow.
And I kind of, yeah, it fell off very, very quickly. Um, and I just kind of got myself into like a routine of a big health kick, really. As the weight started to come off, I felt like I wanted to move a bit more, um, and joined up with a local pickleball group. And
I
now
love
like
that. You're
play
not the
three
only
times.
one. You're not the only one. I mean, I just talked to someone the other day on here that that's how she got her movement going because it helped her with social connection and something that she enjoyed. I think it's fabulous.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's great. It's a good little community, and I play twice, probably 3 times a week, and it's a good 2 hours, and it just keeps the body moving. Um, and yeah, I kind of I've hit a couple of plateaus along the way, but I think for just the whole feel good factor was enough for me to just keep on plowing through. And yeah, my relationship with alcohol wasn't particularly great, if I'm honest with you. I think
Mhm.
when you get to that weight that I was at, 135 kilos, which was that in your money, that must be
I don't know.
270,
Okay. How tall are you?
5'11".
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I wasn't looking after myself, and I had a lot of stress in my life and stuff going on,
Mm,
which contributed a lot to, I suppose, just really self-sabotaging, really, and not looking after myself.
sure.
Yeah, so I just and to be honest with you, the Monjaro which I was on, um, it helped with that massively because it took away the craving, not
Oh,
just food. It was the alcohol as well, and it definitely helped.
what a
And
godsend,
I haven't,
right? Oh my goodness.
mm, and I have not picked up a drink since then.
Wow.
Yeah,
Good for
and
you.
it's not been that difficult either, to be
Right.
honest with you.
I mean,
And
these
I've
are in studies. I mean, it's not like indicated for this kind of thing yet, for those kind of addictions, but well on the way. And I mean, people are using it for that too. It's absolutely life changing for that.
mm, yeah, no,
How much have you lost, by the way, since being on it?
uh, 35.
Okay.
Sorry, 30 kilos. Well, no, almost 35 now. Yeah,
Okay. So you're around what now? Two.
93.7 was this morning.
Okay.
So I started at 130.
That's so amazing. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, yeah,
So
pretty cool.
your wife has just got to be so happy and so proud.
Yeah, yeah, she's a phys ed teacher, so you know,
She'd like,
she's been nagging me for so long to just kind of, get up, do something about your weight. But I just like, hearing everyone else's stories and everything, I can relate to so much, because I tried all these diets. I tried Weight Watchers, I've tried Light to Life Cambridge diet, I tried all the ketone diets and everything. And yeah, okay, I used to be great for 2 to 3 months, and you know, massive drop in weight. Um, and as soon as I kind of not necessarily go back to old habits, but as soon as like I would just try and go back to some kind of normality and still be good, that kind of urge, that trigger, that hunger, that those trying to make the right choices, it just became so difficult.
Oh,
And I'm kind of like one of these people that I only have to look at something bad and it just piles on like huge, absolutely huge.
so were you struggling as a kid?
No, not really. I was very active. I used to play in a boy band, as you know, and yeah, it was. I was very active. I was kind of. Um, I think it crept up on me from around the age of 30, uh, and just bit by bit, get to 35. I was like, yeah, okay, now I'm carrying a bit, and then I get a bit more comfortable, and things start to slow down a little bit more. I get into my 40s, and then you start not looking after yourself so much anymore. Um, and yeah, like the whole heart problem really was a bit of a wake up call.
So tell
Um,
us about that. Like, is that kind of a thing that your family deals with, or did you have any clue that that was happening? Like, when you said your heart stopped, like, can you go into like how this all came to be?
well, back in 2018, there I noticed that there was like a little flutter. So I would just feel it skip a few beats, and I thought it was just brought on by like stress or something. And I talk to people about it, and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, I feel my heart skip a beat here and there." And so I just mentioned it to my doctor, and they kind of put like a monitor on me for 24 hours, and we, yeah, they could see that there was a little bit of a flutter there, but
Okay.
they weren't going to do anything about it. But they just said that they would monitor it once a year, and every year I just wear one of these things. Um, and I'd say I was um, probably due a checkup. Um,
Hmm.
but I was feeling, I was feeling pretty okay. I wasn't feeling any different, I suppose. I think I probably was feeling very lethargic, very tired, and lack of energy and everything. But I thought that was just kind of, the weight and everything just kind of slowing me down a little bit.
Right.
Um, and then, yeah, it was just really one night time I was sleeping. My wife woke me up and she said, "You stopped breathing." And you was gasping, kind of like um, gasping for air, basically, in my sleep. So I thought that was a
Was
bit,
that more of like sleep apnea, or it was like,
yeah, more
okay,
like sleep apnea.
okay,
Yeah, I'd stop breathing and then I'd start breathing again. And I thought that was a bit weird. That was a bit unusual for me.
okay.
Um, and then that's when I went to the doctors, and that's when they put on a heart monitor. And yeah, literally straight away, they picked it up straight away. I put it on for 24 hours, took it back to the GP. Within an hour, they called me because they obviously plug it into their machine.
Hmm.
And yeah, they said the call was like literally, when you get a call from your doctor, there's a problem. I never get a call from my doctor,
Right.
you know. And he called me and he was like, "I don't know what you're doing, but you need to get straight to the hospital now. You have a complete heart block. Your heart stopped 3 times last night." Um, and that was it, really. Yeah,
And
so it was a
and
bit of a roller
when they
coaster.
say it stopped 3 times, uh, for a certain amount of time each, like they have, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Things
Yeah,
can flutter, things can kind of be weird, but when he says stop, what does he mean exactly?
uh, it stopped beating. So it
Right.
stopped for I stopped for 3 seconds, somewhere around there.
Okay, okay.
Not like for minutes.
Okay. Yeah.
No,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
seconds. Yeah,
So
yeah.
what did you think when you heard this? You were like,
Well, I didn't believe a word of it, really,
it's such
because I
a guy.
still felt
It's
I just did not believe it. I felt fine. I felt, I
Huh.
felt okay. So, yeah, I just called my wife and was like, the doctors told me I need to get to hospital. My heart stopped beating and everything like that. And yeah, I took myself to the hospital and one surgeon after the other. Yeah, they wanted to put one of these old school type monitor, the like the pocket watch type thing in, and I wasn't going to have none of it. And because my age and because uh, I still play musical instruments and stuff, drums and everything else. I still
Yeah.
play. Um, so that was going to restrict me slightly, having not been able to, move your shoulder too much and
Oh,
everything
you
like
got to
that.
keep
So
rocking out, Andrew. Keep rocking out.
absolutely, yeah. So so I opted for a Medtronic Micra. It's
Can you,
like a
ex-
tiny
sorry.
little micro thing now, where they actually implant it through your groin
Okay.
and they go up into your heart itself, and it sits there, yeah, and it lasts anywhere from sort of 12 to 15 years. The battery life
And it just keeps
um,
everything beaten properly.
just keeps everything beating normally. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So what is
and
this
it's
condition called?
surprisingly how much better. Um, it's called an AV block. So it's not like a plumbing block. It's a electrical.
Electrical. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you see an electrophysiologist.
No.
Okay.
No. 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 No.
Okay. Still a
No. I
cardiac
didn't.
situation. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because I know the electrical side versus the plumbing side is a whole different thing.
Yeah. 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 And
Did
I
they say
didn't
it
need any
was
stents or anything like that.
sure? Did they say this was something like that you've had for a while, or it's like something, like a genetic thing, or is this something that was brought on by poor choices? Or what did they explain to you?
Yeah. No. The doctor said that it wasn't brought on by any my. They said it wasn't brought on by poor choices or my health
Right.
really, but to be honest with you, I feel like they were just being nice, and I don't think I contributed very well towards it. I think there was always a weakness there, and me just being like 130 kilo, not
Sure.
looking after myself, drinking a lot, everything else was just sort of just making things a lot worse than it
Right.
could be. Yeah.
Right.
Now, the
Wow.
fascinating thing as well, I'd like to share with you, which is crazy, that this medication, yeah, not only is it's changed my life, but uh, 2 years ago I had a condition called CSCR, which is fluid behind the retina of the eye, and it's been brought on by stress, and it was brought on around a time where my wife got diagnosed with breast cancer, stage 3 breast cancer. So it was a very stressful time in my life,
Mm.
and I believe that kind of stress brought this condition on. Because when I first went to the doctors, they said, "Oh, what's going on? Like, do you take steroids? Because it's brought on by steroids." But because I was under so much stress, that was my body producing its natural steroid, and um, we tried everything. We tried tablets. We tried. They said it'd go away. It never went away.
Hmm.
It got to a point where I could see this kind of blur black spot in my eyesight, and yeah, it wasn't great. Um,
Wow.
and as soon as I started the Monjaro, it disappeared. The fluid disappeared behind the eye. Now the scarring still remained. I can't get rid of that, but the
Right.
fluid, yeah, the fluid went. Um,
It's
yeah,
amazing. It's
I believe,
absolutely amazing.
yeah,
It's saved your life, hasn't it? In
I
so
reckon
many
so.
ways. In so many ways.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, man. I mean, as we know, as we hear with your story, I mean, this helps so much more. It's so much more than a weight loss drug or diabetes or whatever. I mean, my goodness, it's life changing for so many
Yeah,
people. And we're going to have this be the studies are going to keep coming, the indications will keep coming. Is It's a life changing medication in so many ways.
yeah,
And it's
yeah, it
crazy
has.
how stress, I keep cutting you off. I don't mean to do that. Stress and cortisol and all these other things are such a contributors to, you know, our disease and the things that happen to us. It's insane.
Yeah, 100%. So no, very happy, very, very happy. Um,
Absolutely. Are you still on the medication?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I am. I started at 2.5, um, and I only just moved up to 5, literally in about the last month. So I lost most of it on 2.5. And that was working for me because I do hear all these comments about people, is it time to go up? Is it time to go up? Like, should I go up? I haven't, I'm like, whoa. And, I was religiously following, tracking my calorie intake. I was making sure I was getting enough protein in. Yeah, you call it macros. I'm
Yeah.
like, every time I hear that word
You're like, what the
macros,
heck is that?
what the hell are you talking about? I get my multivitamins in if that's what you're talking about.
Multivitamins.
Yes,
I love it.
yes.
Oh,
Yeah, so I make sure, I get at least, I'm at 90, I'm 5'11", I'm at 93.7. I like to get at least 140 grams of protein in a day. And I do have to mix that with my little protein,
yeah.
my little man shake that I mentioned yesterday.
That's right.
Which,
That's right.
yeah,
Explain that so that people know what you mean.
what the man shake?
Yeah.
It's just an Australian protein shake that you can get anyway. I think you guys can get it over there. Yeah, it's pretty. Now I've done a lot of research. I don't know what's available over in your side of the world, but definitely here. Uh, Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, I normally take a picture of all the ones on the shelf that are available in the local supermarkets, and I normally chuck it into like some kind of AI app or something, and then just let them figure out the nutritions and which one's better for me and which one's got the least amount of this and that in it and the most amount of vitamins. And yeah, the man shake is definitely the better option over here at the moment.
I love the name, the man shake. Sounds
Yeah,
good.
they call it woman shake. Yeah. If I had a
Oh,
camera on, I'd go and grab one for you. But yeah,
well, eventually we'll get that camera on. So,
okay.
so,
Yeah.
so your extra activities, the things that you love to do. I know you are in a band now. Is that correct, Andrew?
Uh,
Or
I,
you
I, I was in. Yeah, I was in many bands. Yeah,
you're in many bands? Talk
I was
about
in
that
many
really quick
bands.
and talk about how you feel now. Like, because we live our life, we do fun things that we love to do, and you love to play your instruments and things. Like, how is that different now with just how you feel mentally and physically? And I don't know, kind of talk about that.
Yeah. What? How I feel now, mentally,
Yeah.
physically.
J
Oh, look.
jamming
I
out when
think
you
for
jam
me.
out now versus jamming out when you were, like,
Look. When I was jamming out 10, 15, 20 years ago, it was pretty cool. Yeah, I was in a couple of pretty cool bands in my time, and yeah, since I arrived in Australia, I just can't find anything cool. There's all
well,
tribute stuff, so I don't know.
well,
Yeah,
tell me what
I,
you mean by arriving in Australia. Let's just go back a little bit. Tell us about your life when it comes to music.
oh really? You want to hear
I
about that?
Absolutely I do.
Okay. Well, um, yeah. So I was in a band right back. Well, I've been playing. All my parents were musicians. My mum, and dad were in a band, everything like that. My mum and dad sounded like the Carpenters. They were
Ah,
awesome. Yeah,
yeah.
and yeah. So I was always brought up with music around me, and then I was in a band in school, and we just sort of started to. Um, this was back in, real early 90s. And we used to listen to a lot of cool American bands, Fugazi, Sick of It All,
Hmm.
Youth Today, all the Shelters, and we used to part of the whole hardcore straight edge scene, which
It's so
was a
funny.
big,
Yeah.
yeah, it was pretty cool to be a part of all that. And
I'm totally straight edge, by the way.
cool, you X up, we go to gigs.
Sometimes, yeah.
So yeah, so it was part of that scene, and then we uh, we had a bit of a following, and then I think it was probably our biggest breakthrough. Really was in 1992. We was playing a gig in Southend-on-Sea in Essex, about 40 miles south of London, and we had a support gig supporting Pearl Jam. So that was an amazing little, you know, great for us. It was sold out, obviously. There was about 500 people in this venue.
Wow.
And then and then we did that gig, and then everything just kind of took off really because there was a lot of like talent scouts and things like that there.
Hmm.
So that after we played that gig, we did a few more shows, and there was a few deals on the table, and we ended up signing a record deal in the end to East West Warner Brothers for a significant amount of money, and then we just ended up touring. Uh, yeah, we signed to a major label, which was not the best of the moves, to be honest with you, in hindsight, because we were a very small fish in a big sea.
Right.
So we were doing some big gigs, playing at Reading Festival, Glastonbury, and things like that, and we just the album and the single and things like that just weren't making it onto the shelves of the shops, and that was back then when the people actually used to buy records off the shop.
Right.
Um, yeah.
What was the name
So
of the
that's
band?
really understand. Yeah. I think
Nice.
you played a song the other day, didn't you? Real Food at
I
Last.
I did.
Yeah. So there's a couple of albums that we released. We released one back in '95 called Burning Bushes and Burning Bridges. That was awesome. It was a bit poppy, a bit punk poppy. And then we had a second one recorded, but it wasn't released until about 3 years ago after we lost our guitarist. He passed away, he had a heart attack
Mm.
just after COVID. And so we kind of finished the album. But yeah, look, we did that for a bit, and in the end, that did come to the end, and we all kind of went our separate ways. And the guys in the band, they're all doing huge things now. They're all over the world doing different things. Dominic, the singer, he tour manages for Muse and Incubus and some of those big bands, and yeah, they're all doing cool things. So it's nice when they kind of tour and they get to Perth here in Australia because I get to see them and I don't get to see them very often.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's pretty cool. But
Well,
we
thank
moved
you.
here as a family
Yeah.
about 12, 13 years ago from England, obviously. Yeah,
Okay. Well, cool. Thank you
very
for
much enjoying
sharing.
it down here. No worries.
I know this is off topic, but whatever. I was always been interested in hearing your story when you come in, so I think that's great. Do you feel like you are wanting to pursue anything, or do you feel comfortable with your life now and what you're doing now, or do you have these like goals to do more, or what do you think?
I think the music side of things is kind of, I've hung up my jacket a little bit more.
Okay.
I'm not ready to do anything down that route anymore.
Yeah.
Um, I think I still have a big love for music, and I have a lot of respect for the people that are still within the industry.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, no, I've kind of taken a different route now, and very much enjoying what I'm doing there,
Good.
and just living the life down under.
That's right. So what fulfills you now? Like what brings you joy and satisfaction now in your life?
Well, I just enjoy. Look, since Manjaro and everything, and it's just kind of changed my life really.
Hmm.
I enjoy the simple things in life now. So
Hmm.
just waking up, in the morning and just smelling coffee and just, yeah, just enjoying things and going out and being able to go for a walk, being able to go and play sport at a decent level and not feel like I'm going to pass out and die on the court and just clarity and sleeping much better and just
Oh,
kind of looking after myself. I'm the same age as you,
yeah.
and I just
Isn't
kind of,
keep going. I'm sorry, I
yeah,
didn't mean to interrupt. Keep going.
no, yeah, I just enjoying the simple things in life, really. I think as you get older, and especially when you have a little bit of a wake up call,
Mm,
it can just remind you that as much as we all work really, really hard and we sort of almost do burn the candle on each end,
yeah.
I think you just got to sit back and you just got to look at your whole life, your bigger picture, and learn to love yourself again. I think that's huge, right? I mean, I look in the mirror and I go, do you know what? Yeah, I love who I am at the moment.
Mm.
That's,
I hear you,
and
Andrew. It is so true. We sometimes live rough, and um, this medication, I know for you and for me too, it like opens up like so much more clarity in our brain. We have that our demons kind of I mean, yours was alcohol and other things, I'm sure. Mine were different things. And it's like, we just are like, you know what? We need to live now. We need to just smell the fresh air and put our feet in the grass and just love the ones we love and sit in the morning and drink our coffee. This is life, you know?
yeah,
And it's like those things that I used to do, and I don't talk about it here, but it's just so freeing to put that away. And sometimes, we can be in an environment that is detrimental to ourselves. I mean, my brother, we grew up musically inclined. My brother was in a band that would open up for like 311, and he was on these crazy tours, and my dad died when we were young, and I think that didn't help things. And then we turned to certain parts of things in our life and just really struggled. And we just were in this, like, I don't know, like our life just consumed us to where we didn't have control. And I don't know how to explain it here, and I don't want to get deep into it, but this medication, I mean, even in my latter part of my life, with the help of the food noise and other addictive things that might happen or we might have gone through, like it just gives us a chance to breathe and then like really
yeah,
hone in on what's important. I
yeah,
don't know how to explain it, but I know you can understand that. But it's just freeing. It's so freeing to be able to just have clarity and to realize what truly matters, and really it's just our friends and our family and our life and just being simple.
yeah. That's right. Enjoying the finer things in life, and yeah, I love the fact that I feel like I'm in control a lot more now of my decisions because
Mm-hmm.
before I just kind of used to just derail
Mm-hmm.
and I just used to just pig out and not really care or not, I could quite just happily sit there and eat and eat and eat and then just wait until I'm full and I wasn't even hungry really. You're just kind of doing it because you can, but I kind of feel like that craving, that noise that was there before, it's a lot quieter now. So I'm making better choices, and yeah, I'm not stuffing your face with food, and yeah, no, it's definitely a huge improvement
I love
for
that.
sure.
How long have you and your wife been married?
Ah, 20, 22, 23,
Nice.
23 years, yeah,
So you've grown together with each other, right? Your ups and downs
yeah,
and all of that. Yeah.
yeah. Got two boys,
Oh,
couple of little
nice.
doggies.
How
Yeah,
old are they?
my two boys.
Yeah.
20, 21 and 23.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that you give them the wisdom that they needed. Don't do what dad did, right? Do what dad does now, all the things. I don't know. I'm sure. How
Yeah.
do you do you sit down and talk with them about just life and
Yeah, but they don't listen to me, do they? They're at that age where
yeah.
they just kind of, yeah. doing their own thing.
You do your
Um,
best. You do your best with them.
yeah, but they they're good kids. Um, I have one that's a type 1 diabetic. Um, so,
That's
yeah,
that's hard.
he's di
Does he have a pump?
yeah,
Oh, good.
yeah. He was diagnosed actually 5 weeks when we arrived in Australia.
Oh.
Um, he was like, yeah, pretty young, and we nearly lost him actually.
Mm,
Yeah, we kind of took him to the doctors, and he wasn't eating. He was weaning a lot. He just lost a lot of weight all of a sudden, and
mhm,
yeah, the doctor just went, "Yeah, it's a virus." And they had this thing called bulk billing here. We didn't really know what it was all about. It's just like a conveyor belt. You go in, you go out. They don't really care. They don't really listen to you.
yeah.
Um, and we didn't really understand the system here.
Hmm.
And then all of a sudden, yeah, I actually diagnosed him myself because I'd done all these diets for so many years and I used to put my body into ketosis mode. I used to have this little sweet smell on my breath.
Mm.
And my wife picked it up and she said, that, Thomas, he's got that smell that he used to on his breath that, that you used to have when you used to do those stupid diets, she called them, you know.
Yeah.
And we was like, oh yeah, right, ketones, and then as soon as you put the two and two together, yeah, that was it. So when we took him in the hospital, his blood sugar levels were 44, um, and the doctor, yeah, like they took him straight in, and lines everywhere, and the whole place erupted, and then the day after, the doctor came and saw us, and he just said, I don't understand how that kid was still alive. He was ready to pretty much go into a diabetic coma. Um, yeah, so that was a bit of a journey.
Good grief.
Um, yeah, but he's doing really well now, and yeah, he's on. He's just actually changed pumps now because there's this new high tech one that's just come out that
Yeah.
like this AI algorithm thing, which pretty much learns his insulin levels and everything, and just yeah, it's
Wow.
pretty much pretty close to being a closed loop system now.
Yeah.
Very very close because for all the years you've had to kind of count the amount of carbs that he's going to eat, and then put the insulin. Tell the pump how many carbs he's eating, and he puts in the insulin, and yeah.
Hmm. Pretty cool.
So yeah,
Oh, well, thank you for spending time with me today
that's okay.
and
Sorry,
getting
I
out of
cleared your
bed.
chat room out. Hopefully no one's bored. I haven't bored everyone to tears. Not everyone.
Yeah.
43 people still here.
The algorithm was weird today, so we didn't have too many people here, but 43 of imagine 42 people sitting in front of you right now listening. That's a good amount.
That's pretty cool. Well, thank
So,
you all for listening.
yeah, so with your story and with your experience, what do you hope people listening to you today can take away from your story? Anything you want to end on?
Look, just hang in there. I think just hang in there because the results will come
Mhm.
definitely. And I think you've just got to look at this as like a long term thing, if not a permanent thing. I don't know. I'd like to think that I could probably come off of it, but I'm not too sure. Where I'll have to talk to my doctor about it. I'm
Mhm.
quite happy to stand it. I've had no side effects at all.
Yeah.
I've only just gone up to 5. I'm quite happy to perhaps I'm not far off of my goal, if I'm honest with you. And then once I get to that, I'll probably look at some kind of maintenance, maybe drop down to
I mean,
2.5.
just for heart health protection alone, Andrew,
Yeah,
and the inflammation that, can stay away from just being on this treatment.
yeah, yeah.
Mm. Oh, well, awesome,
Anyway,
Andrew. Thank you.
all
Guys,
right.
don't forget to follow Andrew. Click on his name a couple times that way because he can get his camera on eventually.
Yeah, it's still saying the same thing. Is it like on my picture on the top left there? It's got 19. Is that 19 followers? Could
Okay.
that be? Yeah, I've got no idea. Anyway.
We'll get you there.
We'll get to it. Yeah, it's still
Yeah.
saying the same. It still says the same. I
That's
can't
okay.
turn on the camera because Andrew doesn't have access to join me
So
again. All right.
now you can take your clothes off again and get back in bed with your wife.
Yeah. Well, thanks for listening.
Yes, thank you for coming up. I'm so glad I could hear your voice and talk with you. I think it's great. I think it's awesome that you came up
Yeah,
and
no,
chatted.
keep
So
up good work. Keep up good work. Well done.
thank you. Thank you. So Mush says that you have 32 followers now. Let's bump it up. That's what Mush said.
Whoop whoop.
Whoop whoop.
How many do you need for this camera to work? What the hell? Really?
All right, Andrew, I'll let you down in the chat.
All right.
All
Cool.
right.
Take care, guys. Well
All
done.
right.